guys, it's Jen and I'm back with another 6x6 paper pad love video. Today I'm going to be working with the We Are Memory Keepers Love Notes 6x6 paper pad, and I have gone ahead and chosen 4 papers that I'm going to use today to coordinate with this photo of my daughter and my nephew. It's a square photo, and I'll just trim down the sides. I printed that on my Canon Selfie, and I've picked out some really subtle patterns here, and what I'm going to do today is I am going to create a whole background with the papers. And so since each paper is 6x6, you can use 4 of them to create an entire background. So it's kind of going to be like this with the photo maybe in the center, maybe a little off-centered. I haven't quite decided yet. So you can use any type of cardstock to back this with, because you're going to be covering the whole thing up. So you could back it with a paper that or a cardstock that you're not particularly fond of, but I'm just going to use white because I have a lot of it. And so what I'll first do is just go ahead and get all of these papers stuck down. And I have used the black and white prints diagonal from each other because it just looks better that way if you kind of get the really high contrast papers not right next to each other. And so I'm going to do it like that. And I've purposely picked a paper that has a little bit more green in it because my nephew's in the photo, and then a little bit more pink in this one because my daughter's pink shirt is very bright in the photo. So I'm just going to go ahead and get those glued down, and then I'll be right back. I've gone ahead and trimmed my photo into a square, and I think I might end up creating a centered design for this particular layout, but I wanted to just point out to you that this is a great design for if you wanted to make each quadrant have a photo in it. You could kind of highlight the photos in the different quadrants and then maybe make this area for your journaling, and I think that would work really well as also. So you could put 3 or 4 square photos. It would look really cute actually with 4 square photos, and then you could put your title in the middle or something like that. So I just wanted to point out that because I'm only using a single photo, that doesn't mean that you're stuck that way. You definitely have options as far as design as to what you could do. And you could also put 2 photos on one side and put all of your title and journaling on the other side. You know, the possibilities are endless there. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to use Tattered Rose and Worn Lipstick. Before I committed to it, I wanted to try it out. And so I've just gotten a piece of packaging, and all that you need to do is put a little bit of ink on the packaging. I don't know that the Tattered Rose really showed up when I did, so I'm just going to use the Worn Lipstick and just spray it, give it some water, and then I'm going to turn the packaging over and just kind of let that spread the color around. This works really well too if you put gesso down first, but you saw I am out of gesso, so I will have to pick some of that up. I want to try some clear gesso because I think that'll be pretty. So I'm just going to spread it around so that my photo has kind of a matte to it. So I'll just get some more. Again, I'm just rubbing the ink on. This works really well with Distress ink because Distress ink reacts with water. It does work with other kinds of inks, just not as well. This kind of helps to bring all of those patterns together. Like I said, I chose patterns that were pretty subtle and soft to begin with, and so they didn't clash too much. But if you had some papers that were vastly different from each other, or just even a little bit more different than mine are, then this is a good way to kind of bring them together. And putting like a wash of paint or gesso over it would do the same thing. So if you have some darker papers that this technique might not work on, then you could try putting a whitewash or some sort of paint or something like that over it. Okay, well, I think that will work. And then I'm going to get some Tattered Rose, which is a very, very light pink color. It'll be hard for you to even see probably on the video. I'm just going to add that in a few places. And it's just a little bit of a softer pink. Oh, I really like the way that looks. So I'll add that in a few places as well. So that's going to do it for me for the Distress ink. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to let this dry a little bit, but I'm going to find some papers that I can layer behind my photo to even help it pop a little bit more. Okay, so I've kind of stumbled upon a little bit of a happy accident. I was looking through just some scraps that I had left over from a previous layout, and these two patterns caught my eye, and I thought maybe I could layer them behind the photo, just double them up. And when I laid them together like this, it kind of gives this directional arrow kind of dovetail line, which I really, really like. And so I'm going to layer those two papers together like that, but I want to put a little bit of pink, a pop of pink behind the photo. And so I found this other paper that has text on one side, which matches really well, and then a lighter pink, which matches the lighter pink that I used. And I want to use both of them. Matte my photo with the light pink, and then I'm going to get the other sheet and matte it with the darker pink. So I'll just go ahead and do that really quick. Okay, so the paper is pretty much dry now, and you can see that some of the parts lifted up. And so I'm just going to go back and add some extra adhesive so that it stays down. And I'm not worried about it perfectly laying flat, but I don't want it to pull up. So I've got the photo all adhered, the photo mat all adhered together, and I'm going to, I believe I'm going to use these Amy Tangerine thickers. They're called Afterglow for my title, and they're black. And because everything on the page is fairly light in color, I wanted to add a bit of contrast. And there are black outlines, so that works well. And also my photo has a little bit of blackness to it because it is a backlit photo with the window right there. I don't know, I'm kind of contemplating moving the photo down a little bit so that the top of this goes, I think I might. So it's not completely on one square, but it's touching all of the squares, but it's not centered. I think I'm going to do that. Okay, so I decided to use the Teresa Collins tile alphabet stickers for my subtitle, and my title again is What We Discovered. And I'm just going to talk about my nephew. He's 10 months, so he's always discovering new things, getting into things, that kind of stuff. And my daughter is kind of learning how to take care of a little kid. And then I'm kind of discovering how good of a cousin she is to him, and how good of a sister she would have been. So that's kind of what the page is all about. And there we go. So what we discovered. So this title is a little bit longer than I would have liked. I would have loved for it to end right here. And I could end the word at discover, but I feel like it's incomplete. And so what I might do is just find some sort of embellishment that I can stick over here to kind of bulk this up a little bit. And so I'm going to look through my stash and see what embellishments I have that will coordinate well with this layout, and then come back with some solutions on how to kind of fix that space. And then I think I'll include my journaling up here because this is it's got lines and everything, so that'll be easy journaling. So I'll find those couple of things and then come right back. Okay, so I pulled out a few things that I thought might work. I pulled out some flair. I don't know what I'll use, but these are from American Crafts, all three of them. Some is really old. This is really super old, back before flair was cool. Some Heidi Swapp Memory Planner Puffy Chat Bubbles, which are perfect colors. And then some stickers from the I Am collection by Simple Stories. And I specifically really loved this stripe. and I thought it'd be cute to cut in half and put a little bit at the top and the bottom. So I think I'll have the larger one at the top. Just run that all the way across. And then run this one across the bottom. And the thing that I like about cutting this sticker in half is that means there are two edges that are perfectly straight, and there are two edges where I cut in the center that are the wavy ones. So I can use the side that's straight on the edges. So this sticker isn't quite 12 inches, and I'm trying to decide if I care or if I'll just color that black. I think I might just color it black on both sides. In fact, I'm going to commit to coloring it black on both sides, and we'll see how it looks, and if I don't like it, I can always trim it off. I don't think you'll really even be able to tell. So, scrapbooking hack right here. It's not perfect, but when your eye goes across it, you do not read the white. So we'll see. Okay, so first of all, I want to find something to go right here. And there are lots of cute little stickers on this I Am collection, and some of them match really well and some of them not so much. So what I was thinking was that this little heart would be cute to add somewhere, maybe over here. What I'm going to do is just take off the stickers that I think I'm probably going to use, and then I use my EK Success powder tool to take the sticky off the back of my stickers. And that way I can move them around while I decide, kind of. Maybe if I put some word strips there, it will kind of fill in the space. And in fact, I might just commit. On a journey, making a difference, here and now. I actually really like the way that that looks. And so what I'm going to do now is commit to my photo placement. Okay, so I got my title stuck down, and because I decided to use these stickers that have kind of a creamy tone to them, I decided instead of using my Heidi Swapp, or not Heidi Swapp, I keep saying that, Teresa Collins tile stickers, I'm going to use these ones from Crate Paper. They are from the Maggie Holmes Confetti line. And I am just going to, they're a little bit creamier. They're not quite as creamy as the ones from the I Am collection, but they're creamier than the white ones. So I am going to just use those to spell out what we. And I will probably have to use extra adhesive. These stickers are never very sticky. They're cute, so I look past that, but it's kind of annoying. So now I need to go ahead and fill in some of the other spaces with embellishment. And I think I'm going to do a little bit of a diagonal. I'm not really sure. Maybe I'll just cluster 3 little spaces just right around the photo and leave the rest kind of empty. I'm going to be writing my journaling here, so I know that already. And this sticker sheet has a lot of the same kinds of color tones in it, and so maybe I will just use a few of those to kind of supplement. And it does have these really cute floral pieces which match the colors perfectly. And I might end up using those. Let's see. Thinking about it, thinking about it. I really want the green in there. So if I do this particular flower, I'll probably, so I either need it to kind of snuggle up against this, which I kind of like, and move this down. Okay, so just playing around a little bit with the pieces, I found that I like some of these, like a a heavy black element in each cluster, and then I felt like the title needed some sort of sticker to ground it, and then I wanted to bring the floral up to the top. So I'm going to put another embellishment cluster up here, and I'm thinking that I am going to put one of these little things up here. I think I like the smile. I would like to bring a little bit of color to this cluster here. And so I'm just going to look through these stickers. Okay, so I had a bit of a look through some of my other supplies, and I found this sticker sheet from Dear Lizzy, and it had this little floral, which matches actually really well with the florals that are on this sticker sheet. So this is a really old sticker sheet from one of her, I can't remember which collection this is from, but it's a little bit older, at least a few years old. But you can look through your stash to find things for whatever you need, right? So that's why we have a stash. So I think I'm going to call that good, and then I'm going to go ahead and get my journaling on, and then I think I might add some enamel dots. Okay, so I've gone ahead and added my journaling. I'm just going to cut off this little bit that's overhanging on the side of that sticker. And then I am going to add some black splatters, and I'm going to use, well, it's not quite black, it's warm calico from Mr. Huey's. And my favorite way to add splatters lately has been to spray into the cap and then to drop it onto the layout. And it gives nice big splats, which I really like. And I'm just doing it in a diagonal because these lines lead your eye that way, so I want to emphasize that. But I do want to bring in just a little bit more of that gold, and so I'm going to take this little heart sticker and put it up in this corner, and then I want to take this little heart sticker and put it down in this corner. And I think that's just going to be just enough pop. I'm trying to decide if I want that moved over a little bit. There we go. That adds just enough pop for me to feel like this little bit of glitter is justified. And that is going to complete my layout. I hope that you've enjoyed this week's 6x6 paper pad love video, and look for the playlist by the same name to see all of the previous videos, and I hope that you'll join me next week for another installment. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.